Good afternoon, folks. We are live, up and running once again. I'm gonna get everything switched over to the right layout, and we will get back to work in Factorio. All right, put my model there. We'll turn on some background music. We're gonna go for some chill tunes for building today. All right. So what are we going to be working with in today's session? When we last left off in Factorio, and I've been streaming this game off and on, probably over the last few months, we had a pretty advanced save file that was at the point where we had gotten space tech, but we were dealing with an issue of a lot of hostile enemy attacks. A lot of angry bugs were attacking our remote bases and making it difficult to focus on trying to learn all the tech for the space phase. So what I did was I started a new file, new world gen, and I upped the resource density and frequency the highest it could go. And the point of doing that would be to make it so that I don't have to expand out as much, and I can kind of focus all of my construction in one area for this phase of the game and work on learning the tech and getting to the space phase. And then way down the road, if we end up working with Factorio some more and I understand the tech, then maybe we can do like a more realistic save with the resource allocation. So the base we're looking at here, let me zoom out. This is a pretty big base. I've been working on this for the last couple weeks, and fortunately it didn't take me quite as long because I was able to move through the different phases faster than when we did our first save, which is me getting back to the game for the first time in a while. But this layout on the first world, you could see, is pretty far along. We are currently up through blue science. Next one will probably be purple and then yellow in relatively short order. But what I can do is walk around the facility a little and show how I've set things up so that it explains how we got to this point. So if we start, let's start kind of in the middle. We did go for a main bus setup, just like last time, but one thing I did initially, because I had the space and the ability with the mineral deposits being so dense and close together, is I went for a double resource bus for iron and copper. In our original save, we just did one, and we had to build it out later, which ended up being kind of a pain. So the mining, which again, normally in a regular resource save, you're not going to have the ability to do this, but I wanted to make it so that it was a little bit easier in the beginning to get things like iron and whatnot. If we look at the density here in the spread, all the deposits we started around and central spawn was like right around here-ish. This iron patch is 15 million, which is a lot. It's not going to run anytime soon. There's a couple stones kind of split between here. 10 million, 5.6. There's more iron down here. Copper, 1.5. This one's actually running low, so we might have to supplement with more mining down here eventually. Or we might not have to worry about it too much because there's copper here too, and what is attacking me? Okay. We will go up there in a sec. All of the resources here are pushing down to smelting facilities here. These are coal furnaces. And this is what feeds the main bus. We've got iron, copper's coming from above, and steel is actually being smelted right below the iron and feeding up to a separate 3 bus lines down here. So this is actually a pretty wide main bus. It's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 all the way down here, and then it runs. down with the different construction things connected off of the main bus lines. All the other materials that we've seen up till now in the different phases are up here. We've got gears, we've got copper wire. Over here is where I centralized all of the main logistics and construction stuff that I primarily be using, at least until we get ready to graduate from level 2 for things like inserters. And so rather than have it be spread out and whenever I need to refuel or restock different things I'm building with, it's more or less in the same area now, which is a lot more efficient. I should have done that before, but it didn't occur to me in our previous save. And depending on how this one goes, we might get back to that save, especially if this one doesn't end up saving much time. But if we look at the load, this one, Space Beatopia 2, is at about 27 hours. The original one was 56. So in a little bit close to half the time, we're not quite at the same spot, but I think we would get to the final space jump faster than we would in the original save. We'll see. It may end up being close, but that'll be a good test. And so a lot of the other components that are being researched are over here. This is primarily where everything's funneling up for the science, and the research labs are up here at the top. And like I mentioned, we have red science, green science, gray science or silver, and then blue. And this whole setup is meant to feed, right now it's meant to feed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I may have to add lines at the top that'll feed down for the additional colors when we get there. And that was the tank, which would be good to get at some point. Okay. We definitely can grab some of the stuff off the main supply lines and build this. I've been running around in the cart for now. It'll be fine. I'm actually going to use that to tour a lot of the perimeter since this is a big site. But before we do that, on the right, we actually have a separate bus line for all the fluid dynamics stuff. I didn't do this before, and I probably should have thought about this, but I took all of the things that were being brought over from oil, like raw crude and everything else, and more or less housed up here in the upper right, with some room to potentially go further north. There's a lot of oil spots that are here, and a lot that aren't even being pumped right now. But all the space here could be more facilities, and I could just move everything up a bit closer to the wall. But the refined oil is coming down here, and this is how it's feeding the lines for sulfur. Down here, it's plastic. And then, where was it? Kind of in the middle is batteries. Layout could be a bit more organized here, but it's fine for what it is right now. And then we have some things producing pipes, gears, and some other things that are being used to create things like the engines or motors. Engine units, which are feeding up here to the site that's creating the blue science down here. So overall, pretty functional. The space could be allocated a bit better if we go a bit further south. There's some more production down here that's being fed from this large patch of copper. And there's copper, there's iron down here. I had to expand out a little bit. Here, I'll just demonstrate this way so I don't have to keep running around. We actually have iron being pulled in from here and here to fuel all the stuff that's on this side, so that it's not eating up resources from the stuff that's feeding on this side. And there's actually a ton of oil around the map. These purple dots are oil, raw, crude spots. So we won't have to worry about that for now. But let me go grab the cart and actually explain how I set up the perimeter. We can inspect that spot that just got attacked. Most of the enemies seem to be coming from the north. So eventually we want to get drones and the ability to repair our spots so we don't have to keep running around looking at what gets attacked. We also are going to need to research better weaponry. Okay, there's the cart. We'll look at getting the tank a little bit later. So up here at the wall, and right now it's just the northmost wall, because again, this is the one that's getting hit the hardest at the moment. What we have here are a mix of bullet turrets and flame turrets. And these are set all the way along the wall in a pair setup, pair layout, sets of twos. And it goes all the way down, and I haven't turned the corner because I haven't been getting hit from the left yet. But this setup is currently designed to intercept and stop hostile attacks coming in. But this must be ranged attackers that are hitting this, because they are doing damage to the turrets themselves. And this is a too thick barrier wall meant to stop the bugs from coming in. Oh, here they come. So what's attacking me? Okay, it looks like a mix of spitters and the biters, and I've seen some of the big ones. Okay. Because the spitters do damage in a radius, that's why everything is taking hits in clusters like this. I almost think we're going to need to double up on turrets. Could double up on flamethrowers, but these have a shorter range. Well, no, maybe not. These outrange the bullet turrets by like almost 50%. But they fire slower. That is interesting. I wonder if we could... We could fit... Well, not when I'm in the way. We could double up on turrets on the north side. We just have to put the underground here and then use a regular one to connect the two. Maybe we can do that to start. I'd like to be pretty hands-off and not have to worry about being constantly attacked. So what we can do... We've got a lot of the turrets in hand. I just need more of the underground pipes. Okay, we're going to double up on those. And we can up damage of fire-based weaponry and research while we're doing that. So we'll work on fortifications first, and then see how that does for the incoming attacks. My guess is the enemy is coming from somewhere up here. Oh, I can see them right there. So they must be coming from, yeah, right around in here. We'll go scouting and start putting some scouting arrays down. That'll give us more eyes further out. That's what these little clusters here are. Now that I have all the parts to do this, I started putting them around the map so that I have more visibility. Because I get the feeling there's a lot. There's a lot of them on the outskirts. It's too bad there's no upgrade to range. There might be. Well, it looks like this bullet turrets are taking the hits first. Okay. Let's go get underground pipes and work on doubling up all of the flamethrowers. We may have to look at doing this all the way around. So let me fix this and then we'll figure out what to do next priority-wise, because if you look at the map, the wall goes all the way around the perimeter of the base and it encloses it. And I ran a belt that feeds all the bullets. So everywhere where you see the wall, there's turrets. Right now, it's just turrets on the south, the west, the south, and the east. But depending on how much further our pollution cloud expands, we're probably going to have to fortify some of these outer areas more. But right now, it's coming from the north, a little bit from the south, but primarily the north. So we'll see. Because of the way the evolution mechanics work, as we repel waves of the bugs and to kill them, they do get stronger over time. And so this save is kind of an experiment to see if we can outpace the evolution level of the bugs, keep them out while we focus on getting all of our tech upgraded. If it ultimately is determined that we're not saving time, then I'll probably go back to our previous save. But I want to give it a try, since having all of the resources gives us more tools. Okay. Let's start with that. We're going to double up all the turrets on the north. We'll start... Actually, I think I started with them closer together. Oh, maybe not. I think these are spaced like one unit closer, but that's okay. We can make them right next to each other, and it'll still be okay. From here on, I think it's okay. Oh, apparently I didn't space them all completely evenly. Well, that's annoying. Okay, well, there's gonna be one there. Yeah, I thought I pulled all of the power poles equidistant from each other, but I clearly didn't do that. So some of them are farther apart than others, but it's okay. Just won't look too closely at that. And I don't think I need extra pumps here. Okay, maybe we will do projectile damage shortly. Okay, yep, oil flow's still fine. Okay, I think we... Well, I guess we'll find out if I pull enough of the flamethrowers. I have these set to craft in the base, so we can always grab more. But I just want to do the north wall for now. Maybe what we'll do, once we get these installed, see if I have crafted enough rocket ammo, which is currently what I'm using. Same weaponry I was using in the old save. We've got explosive rockets, which should be pretty effective. Maybe we can go and see just how far north they've spread. Maybe take out some of the hives before they get too big. Another option that we could potentially have. Oh, I'm coming. Okay, well, they still got some hits off, but very little. They went for the flamethrowers that time. Okay. Another potential option that we could do is triple up the wall density. Make it so that they have to push closer in order to hit the turrets. So I don't think they'll care. It's not until they get all the way up to melee range where the wall's really going to matter. I was being attacked. And I'm getting hit multiple times. Where's this one at? Southern wall? Okay. Okay, we'll leave that for now. And then maybe we will have to go and do the same thing on the southern end. Oh, I see it. Right there. Okay, attacks are coming fast now. We're going to need to go take a look at that. And figure out where it's coming from. Maybe buy some time by taking out some hives. As it stands, it's maybe, I'd say 5 waves would probably destroy a building or one of my turrets. But if they're coming in every minute or so, then I can't really afford to ignore it. Otherwise, they'll punch a hole through my defenses. And if those bugs get into the building or into the main site, they'll absolutely destroy everything I've got here. Could push for uranium bullets too, but that's a little ways away. So let's go grab, we'll see how much rocket ammo has been crafted, and then we'll go do a bit of a survey and see how bad it is up all the way around. Start dropping some scouting things so I can see. explosives. Rockets are being crafted up here. Okay, that's a decent amount. What we'll do is we'll make sure and save before we go out. Actually, I think I'm going to make a tank. I need 32 engines. Need more wheels, red circuits. I'm going to need to get red circuits onto this bus up here. Right now they're going all the way over here just to the science research. But at some point we'll need to have a lot of the red circuits, just like we have a lot of the green down here. Okay, we can load up coal fuel in the tank. And for turrets, we'll do that till we get better ammo. Oh, I should definitely save. Just in case things go south. My guess is they're probably coming from, unless they started spawning a nest directly above my base, I don't think they're inside my line of sight. But we're going to find out because I'm going to put some scouting stuff down here. Fortunately, the hostile waves will not attack this set of buildings because it doesn't create pollution. Or they will if they run into it. I thought they would path past it, but they might have seen me there. Okay, I wonder how close I was to their spawn site. I think if they don't aggro to my position, they'll walk by those because they don't give out pollution, but we'll see. I think they saw me, not my buildings. There they are. Okay. Let's see if they'll just go by. Ignore that. Ignore me. Yeah. So where are you coming from? There must be a sizable hive directly north because they seem to hit me back pretty quickly. Pollution cloud only goes up to here, so my guess is their hive is somewhere in here, which is why they're being aggroed to hit my main base. So even though I didn't want to have to spend a lot of time roaming around the map clearing hives, let's see what's within the cloud. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. It's not a big hive. We'll put another scout array here. Fortunately, these are pretty low cost. I can see there's some up here, slightly outside the border. But what I'd like to do is just kind of drive along the perimeter of the pollution cloud and see what's within it, because that's what's attacking me now. Maybe try and force them back a little so I can expand out a bit before I aggro the next group. Oh, there's one. It's a stray worm. Dead worm. So we're above the cloud here. So maybe we can put another scout array down here. Oh, that's the solar tile. That one. Okay. So there's some right there. We can go take them out. Might take a little bit this session, but I kind of want to work my way around the perimeter. Fortunately, there's water bounding our main spawn area a little. This doesn't look like it's completely cut off, but we'll take a look. Work our way around counterclockwise and see just how close we are and push them back a bit. It's only a temporary solution, but hopefully that'll buy us enough time that we can research our tech. Get some better defenses. If we can get nuclear power soon, we might be able to move up to laser turrets, which we haven't used in the playthroughs yet, but those would probably stem incoming waves better than both the flamethrowers and the bullet turrets. Visibility is a little limited because it's nighttime, but there's some more. These are all little hives now. They won't be for long. Stop that. Those are the medium-sized biters. Could have sworn I saw the large ones attacking my base earlier. Maybe not. It was just a clump of the medium ones. The large ones are trouble, though. Those things are tougher. They will just walk right through turret fire if you don't have enough defenses. Even those take 2 to 3 rockets. Okay, up here is considerable distance out of our cloud, so that's good. We haven't quite pushed this far yet. But if we ignore them for too long, they will eventually spread out here. So what we can do is we can put a scout array down here. Okay. Might leave. Maybe we should take him out since we're here. Might as well. This is a decent amount. Oh, I missed one. There's a decent amount outside our cloud, but we have to go back and get that other stray one. Alright, we'll do that. Some directly south. Okay, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit and take out that little bit there that was right next to the fringes of the cloud. Since we're here, if I ignore that and it's a base, it's just gonna expand and cause me problems later. Oh, it's a worm. Okay. That's fine. My will just plow through. Well. Okay, we're gonna continue to cut down the side of the map. Go counterclockwise. Drop some more scan arrays so we have eyes out there and make our way towards the southern end of the base. I'm gonna need to do this on the east side too, but I haven't been seeing attacks coming from over there, so we might be okay for now. Oh, there's some. It's a bit bigger. Okay, we can put a scanner array down here, right, kind of on the inside of this landmass peninsula type thing. Oh, this isn't actually connected to the south down here. I have to go further out. It is interesting to note that the biome, this particular spawn or the seed, stuck me in is this kind of desert plains scrub brush area. Oh, I might be able to get across from here. Nope. And it's not really that foresty like our first spawn. It's a bit more desolate. Instead of forested trees, there's a lot of dead scrub brush and the remains of trees. That's where all the wood comes from here. It's a bit hard to see. Oh. And be careful. Oh, right as I said that, I actually found a forest. Okay, guess there's kind of like desert trees. We're gonna need to upgrade our armor at some point. Right now I cannot take a lot of damage. Okay, there's another cluster down there, and yeah, it looks like the landmass sweeps to the south from here. Okay, this area is clear. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. So now out here, if we were to head down, we're a bit outside our pollution cloud, which is okay. I think if we push the bugs back from here, it buys us some time to work on our overall base. Eventually they will start to get closer again, but hopefully by then we've got some better defenses and offense. Those big worms are still relatively spongy, even though I've got rockets. So maybe we will do... Let's do shooting speed first. Actually, what I should really do is research this first, so my tech goes up quicker. Let's do that. Just a bunch of worms. I think the way the spawning algorithm works is if they put down enemy units in an area and are left undisturbed, eventually it develops into a full-grown hive, I think. That's what it's always seemed like. So if we see bugs, we should take them out while we're here and not just ignore them. And you notice we haven't been getting any attack pings at home base. So I think we took out the ones that were immediately hitting us from the north. Oh, what's this? There's one directly above me. I know running around stamping out bug hives isn't the most interesting part of the playthrough. I'd actually hoped to do this before today, but I just got the rockets when I was working on my last session offline. So that's why we're doing this today. I didn't have enough time to run around and push the enemy back. But hopefully I don't have to do this again for a while. Okay, clear. Couple stacks of rockets left. Guess we should just push further south and then loop back towards the base before I run out of ammo. We'll hug the kind of coastline of this big lake. It's like a big lake. Okay. Okay, let's do what we can here. Okay, we got our research upgrade. That's good. Now you suckers. Oh. Watch out for the acid. It does decent damage. It'll kill me in a couple seconds if I stand directly on it and don't move. Okay, looking at our eyes out in the field now, since we put these scan arrays down, you can see they're kind of just a ways around. Actually, right here, that's going to be a problem imminently. Okay. Well, let's loop around to the south. I'm really curious to see if there's anything within the cloud down here, because something has been hitting me. So we'll make our way down there. I might just kind of rush past anything that's way outside the range for now and just make a note and come back and deal with them later. Like them. Let's just... Oh, I might not actually be fast enough to outrun them. My tank doesn't have any armaments right now, which is probably something I should do. Maybe craft shells for it. Okay, they're not going to stop. So I'm going to run them over instead. Fortunately, the tank is, well, tanky. But it'd be better served to have some armaments. Don't worry about that at some point soon. But let's get eyes south of the base now. Okay, that's definitely something. It's probably just a worm. Yeah, it's sitting there by itself. I'll run you over. Okay, let's sweep just the south perimeter. I'm not going to go all the way down to the bottom of the cloud, because I'm going to have to turn back and get some ammo. Although, I just realized the tank does have guns. I forgot that it has a regular gun turret, not just a mortar turret. We'll test that out next time we run into hostiles. It should be able to just shoot with the same type of machine gun as my turrets. Okay, I'm gonna drop eyes down here. Doesn't see anything directly inside. Maybe it's because they turned off since the sun went down. Okay, don't see anything, so we'll head closer to base. See if anything is sitting directly below me. Pretty sure it'd ping on our map if there was stuff in this area. I don't see any. You can definitely put eyes down kind of near the water. just in case, but the attacks can't be coming from here. Maybe down in this area? Ha. Yep, I bet it's these guys. These guys are the ones attacking me. The pollution cloud just barely dips into their territory. So I think that's enough to draw aggro. We'll wipe them out here. Should have enough rockets. Put ice here too. I get the feeling there's some directly to the right of where I'm currently standing. So we'll look there next. Yeah, I see you. Something over there is getting pulled by the pollution cloud too. There you are. It's kind of barely there. I don't know if these were the ones attacking me. Maybe they wander too close. They'll get pulled into the range of aggro, but we're going to wipe them out here just in case. It's a pretty decent sized hive. A little bit bigger. Oh, there's another one up there. No. It's just some strays. Okay. I'm going to put some eyes down a little bit further south outside the range of the cloud so I can see farther. And I'm on my last stack of rockets, so we'll need to turn back. Oh, whoops. Just drive through my own turrets. These ones will definitely need to take out. They're right near the perimeter of the cloud. There's some more down there. By the oil field. Right. I am going to pause here and go back and get some more ammo. We're almost done doing a full sweep. I need to check out this area here and at least get sight on this part and see how close they are. But we're going to come back. Yeah, okay. I need to put gates on the southern end of the base. I'll just make a little person-sized hole for now. That'll work. And now, hopefully, our weapon tech will research a little bit faster. That should get us through the last section of the map. Oh, I was going to do shooting speed. Oh, well, we'll do that next. We'll just queue these back to back. Eventually, I think it's further down in the tech tree. There is another set of upgrades for the suit. We're going to get logistics, or bots rather, on the next tier, which is what I'd like to get to relatively quickly. It'd make a lot of this base defense stuff a little bit easier. We need that. We need start getting rocket fuel and everything for space phase. But in the meantime, we need to get all these annoying bugs out of our hair for a little while. That's a little close. Huh. Oh, I don't have the gun switched on. How do I change? Oh, I need to look at how to change the loadout primary weapon on the tank. So I have the machine gun loaded, but I don't have it active. It's a main gun that's active. Thought it was Q. It's not Q. I should probably figure that out now. C? Yep, okay. Okay, so now we've got the machine gun. Tank is strong enough to run. I guess I can run head first into a small base. A big one would be trouble, though. There's also a flamethrower. Okay, maybe we can put eyes right here by this mineral patch. 351 million. Wow, that's a lot of iron. Okay, see some hives down there. There's one there. Let's try and run through the tank. I need to keep an eye on my. Actually, no. I'm gonna interim save it. Oh, it's a big hive. Let's do an experiment. Let's see if I can actually plow through before my tank dies. We're going guns blazing. We'll see if it works. Nope. We are getting slowed by the acid. Okay. Well, good thing I saved. It would work on a group of enemies and smaller targets, but not the heavier buildings. Okay. Good to know. Okay, should be good for eyes here. Now we have to cut up the map to the right. Let's see what's around. You can see how far the pollution cloud goes out to. I largely haven't explored this far out. That's why there's fog of war. But you... Let's try and do drive-by instead. Okay, I can't run over the big worms. Okay. We'll just use the quick save. We're back down here. Tank's not beefy enough to just plow straight into the heavy buildings. Tried to do a drive-by, but I forgot that the acid the worm spit can slow you too. Ooh. could have been bad. Okay, let's keep moving north. We're pretty far, well, a decent amount. A decent ways outside the range of the pollution clouds. Maybe we get eyes here. We'll see how far outside the range of the cloud they're spawning. The plan is to head north from here. Continue to make one big loop around the perimeter of the base just so I could see where they're at. Okay, now these I should be able to sort of circle around. It's a smaller base. There we go. This costs a little bit of damage on the tank. Ooh, now we got some actual hives up here, which is pretty close to the perimeter of the cloud. Oops. It cost me a turret. Another option that I kind of toyed around with the idea of doing, I don't think it's the most efficient way to do base protection, is just put grids of turrets all the way around the map. Since the bullet turrets don't require power, they just require ammo. And just put, you know, dozens of them all around the map, but I don't think that's the most efficient way to do it. It would take quite a few bullets. And ultimately, as the enemy expands, they're just going to take them out anyway, so I opted to just do the manual method of running around like this and trying to push bugs out of my territory. Okay, see some more over here. Oh, I left one over there. Okay, we'll go back for that. That's right next to the cloud. Hard to tell how much more damage we're doing since we got that tech upgrade, but every little bit helps. Especially since the rockets do concussive damage. things hit kind of around the blast radius will still take damage. Oh, I left a worm up there. We can't have that. I guess we can take them out if we go in with ramming speed. Just takes a bite out of our tank's HP. Okay, all the way out here, put eyes down. We'll do it right here. I guess it is fortunate that a lot of this biome is bordered by large lakes, which I think overall kind of reduces the amount of spawns nearby. But like here, this kind of larger hive is right next to my cloud, so I get the feeling we have to push a lot out of this end of the map. They haven't been hitting the base, so that tells me I'm close. If I ignore all this stuff as I expand out, eventually they'll start hitting me from the east. Okay, we're clear here. See another hive up to the north. That was our shooting speed. Okay, let's push a little further and then we'll queue up some more research. Oh, that's just a squad. A little bit further up, we'll put eyes down here. No, we're still kind of within the cloud's radius. We need to cut up this way. Alright. We're almost done. This is good. Chunk of time spent just running up here and doing some bug busting, but it's alright. I would have had to do this at some point. So that means between now and the next time I stream this, I'll actually have time to just focus on doing tech upgrades, and I won't have to worry about doing this. Whoa. Okay, that's definitely a faster firing speed. I can tell. The rocket volleys come out way faster. That's handy. It's too bad we can't outfit the tank with a rocket launcher. I would just be doing drive-bys if that was the case. But the ammo that the tank gets are artillery rounds, and they function a little bit differently. They're okay, but largely I find the rocket launcher shoots faster. Works a bit better. Okay, here's a good spot for eyes. With that firing speed, I might actually be fast enough to just volley the bugs and not have to worry about the turret backup. If there's a lot of the big heavy ones, I might have to be a little more careful. But yeah, that upgrade was definitely worth it. Fortunately, we're not going to get another one till we get yellow science. It's down here, same place as uranium bullets. Rapid speed. Okay, it's a little bit more dangerous. Blue bugs are still a little bit tanky. We don't want them to get right up in our face. I saw some more over here. Yeah, there you are. Yeah, it's a lot of blue. We'll go for turret backup this time. Oh, there's some right down there too. Okay, yeah, right at the edge of the perimeter of pollution cloud. Ooh, I'm running out of rockets though. I thought I'd have enough to clear out, but there's some actually dense hive concentration all the way out here. We've almost made a complete circuit. I think we can finish out this area and be okay. Okay, maybe we go further up. Put down eyes. I can see the bottom of a hive a little further up. Oh, no, it's just a worm. Okay, let's put eyes here. Okay, let's just clear out the obscured section up here, which should actually pop into view once the power comes on for the scanners. But yeah, it's not a lot up here yet. So to help out, we'll just put eyes down right up here near the northern border. And that should at least give us eyes out in the field for a while. And I mentioned, since we're up here, that the hives right here are a problem. But got 142 rockets. That might be enough. Let's see what we can clear, that we don't have to come back out here again. And then we'll basically retreat back into base. And in the, I don't know, last 40 minutes or so of the stream, we can actually try and make some progress building. Oh, stuck. That did not go as planned. Okay, there's a lot of smaller hives up here, which means the kind of rate at which they're spreading is going up. I think it's going up primarily because I keep killing them. That's fun. Maybe we'll put... Where's our nearest thing over there? Yeah, I'll put eyes over here. Oh, there's another one. They're all over. Okay, 95 rockets. Might be enough to take out one more cluster, one or two more small clusters. Let's see what's down here. Okay, let's do this one. That will take out by hand. 73? I think I have enough. I think I have enough to do that last cluster in the area. We could put that one done. And then go back to base. I hope I don't have to deal with this for a bit. Okay. Let's go here. And as long as we don't run into any enemies, I'm going to put some eyes down there. Where it should kind of connect everything since our eyes are down here. And then that'll be good for now, hopefully. Okay, this is way outside the range of the pollution cloud for now. Okay. Since we're here, hopefully I have enough rockets to do this. Yeah, it's fine. Just barely enough. Now, let's go back to base. We'll enter through the north part of the base and I'll kind of take stock of what we've done over the last hour and 40 minutes here on stream. We didn't really make much tech progress, but we did a lot of pest control. But we still got some time left to actually get some stuff accomplished. Hopefully nothing else attacks my base for the moment. I could build in peace. Alright, let's save. So now, if we take a look at the map compared to when we first loaded the save, we've essentially increased our visibility around the map by a decent amount. Let's say we have almost 50% more visibility. Each square is the range of our scouting arrays. It's not connected, but it's good enough for now. And we can see the maximum range of our pollution cloud is currently clear, although I didn't see you down there. That might be a problem. In fact, I know it's going to be a problem as soon as the pollution cloud expands one tick. This hive's going to attack me. All right, well. Let's go grab components to build some gates. Put south gates and then grab some rockets and go clear that out. As much as I'd like to not deal with it now, I could foresee that coming to bite me imminently. Okay, where's my rockets? I'll go four stacks. That should be enough for now. Most of our production has halted because we're not actively researching anything, which is okay. I know for some components we can let everything sort of restock. But I just realized there's also no easy way for me to get all the way through my base without driving through a good portion of the construction. There's no central path all the way through the base that I could take. That's not going to hit a building. Maybe down through here. Just thread the needle. Well, I'm surprised that worked. Okay, I may have to remedy that at some point. But we can go down here, and I guess I'll put the gates. Put the gates down here. This will be a gap. Ooh, we have our first spot of the day. That's exciting. Get out of here. All right, that spot is there. Oh, it's kind of far away. Well. Maybe I should put eyes right around here, kind of inside that spot. There's a bit of a blind spot in the scanners. Alright, not the cleanest, but that works. We'll put eyes right around here. Yeah, this big oil field. Now, that should be all the immediate threats that I can see. Okay, let's go back. Hopefully the next time attacks are imminent, I'll have nukes. It'd be nice. We did not get up to developing nuclear bomb technology in the old save, but that makes doing this a lot easier. Basically, just drop a tactical nuke on a site. It does a lot of damage. Oh, that's what I put down earlier. There we are. Whoops. Array property damage. Okay, I'm gonna leave the tank here for now. All right. That long, somewhat tiresome quest to clear out the threats so that I can build in peace. So next up, we need to start getting advanced fluid compounds. So advanced oil refineries, I think, are the next thing, because we're going to need to start getting rocket fuel, start getting the different oil variants to use in crafting. So what we can do is make our way back up to the oil site and start figuring out what we're going to do. And I may have to move a bunch of the fluid storage, which would be annoying. Maybe not. I'll leave it where it is for now. We'll just see. 'Cause I think I'm going to need some more space. So what we could do... I don't know if I want to do that on the stream. It's going to be kind of a tedious process. Ultimately, what I think I'm going to need to do, if we look at the map, is take this area that starts from right around this corner and see how it winds in like that. I think I need to just expand this out to here. One, having the uranium field will be useful when I actually start mining that, but it'll give me some room to build, because right now we're a little bit pressed for space. I guess I could... We could take this line of coal, instead of having it zigzag through here, we could have it pass down closer to everything down there, and then that gives us all this space to work with. That might work for now. This is feeding coal to some of the smelting stuff further down. Oh, I should have grabbed more belts. I guess we'll get some here, and just a boatload of coal, and I'll have to just dump into a shame chest somewhere. Yeah, in fact, all this is gonna... That'll give me enough belts to do this. So now this is going to run parallel and just follow this pattern here. Let's offload some stuff we don't readily need. Okay, now that production line is all right. And that gives us access to this whole area down here. So now we need, if we look at everything here, maybe the next thing we research is rocket fuel. Is that what that's called? Yeah, rocket fuel. We can use this in our tank too for more zip. It'll get us around the map faster. But in order to do that, we need to set up some refineries that are going to do advanced oil, which gets us heavy oil and light oil. All that stuff is going to be used for production. So to that end, we need to set up refineries here. And I need to be a little bit mindful of how I utilize all my space. So this input requires water and crude oil, which is going to come from over here. So thinking of how I did this in the previous save, we did a kind of two-tiered system like this, I believe. It only needs to be too high, I guess. And we're going to run the crude oil down from here, which is where all that's being stored, straight out of the ground. And this is where it's going to run to the actual refineries. And then we're going to need to run water. There's going to be a lot of underground pipes running to and from this area. You can do it from here. So that's going to connect here. I think we want to go, maybe go 8, 4, and 4. And the output, okay, now I got to think about the best way to do this. Maybe we go output over here. So if we go 4 and 4, let's see what makes the most sense. Where do we want all this going? Because ultimately, we might be able to eliminate some of these refineries. These are just doing petroleum gas, which is refined from the straight up crude oil. This was our first step into processing oil or complex fluids, and it's all feeding over here. There's a couple things that need petroleum gas, like sulfur, plastics, but we could have everything divert from here and we just build out more of the advanced fluid ones and then just delete all this. That could be a way to do it, because all of this has to be output somewhere. And this is 6 and 6. So we could do that and then just eliminate this whole section completely. I think I do want to do that. So we'll delete. This is gonna momentarily cut off my petroleum gas, but I'm not using it for a ton. A couple things down here, and I'll be fine for about 5 minutes. Okay. So we're gonna delete all these things coming out of here. We'll leave that. That's going elsewhere. But everything here, I don't remember why I was actually, I think I was routing all this over here for something else. Maybe I should leave that where it is. But all the rest of the stuff can go. Okay, we want everything feeding in here. And yeah, there's a decent enough surplus. That should be fine. So let's go... Let's go 8 and 8. Yeah, let's go 8 and 8, and we'll see how that plays for output. 6, 7. That does make it a little bit messy here. Because originally we had the line starting here, so I have to redo that. Okay, that's fine. We can actually have it coming out maybe from over here instead. Yeah, that's fine. So we go 1, 2, 1, like that. And that's convenient. It is lined up. So this one is going to go like that. Then likewise, we're going to have this start over here. And it'll connect up down here parallel to this other one. So we'll do the oil first. Connect this 1, 2. Like so, and hopefully I had left enough space. I'm going to be very annoyed if I didn't. Okay, we're good. Try and keep everything relatively compact. I think I've changed my design for the refineries at least 5 times since I've been playing this game. Okay, so this is the top row. Now for the output, this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky. So I think we go 3 and then out. 1, 2, 3. This one we go 2 and 1. 3, 2, 1, like this. We'll see if this works. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is having the petroleum gas, which I might have to just route down here so it's not cutting right through this open space I can use to build in. But maybe we go something like this. Like so. So now it's going to route all of the output into the tanks here, which is where it needs to go. Likewise for all these. We want these ones to go down here. And they're going to be stored over on this side. So what we're going to need to do is set up storage tanks, maybe 2 sets of storage tanks up here. One's going to store the medium oil and the other's going to store the light. So let's see, maybe we have this route up here. Because we want to have them not be on top of each other, so there's room. There, like that. This can be moved elsewhere. It's just a storage chest for walls. I was building the border wall. We could do 2 columns. We could even expand out, since I said I was going to be doing stuff over here, which could knock this down. And then just bound it here with the cliffside. I gotta hope nothing attacks me from this side until I put defenses up. What I'll do, not in this session, offline, I'll route the belt with all of the bullets over here along the side, and we'll create another expanded area. So what I mean by that is we go like somewhere out to here, since the cliff sides function kind of like a natural barrier. And maybe we go up in a straight line. And we connect this area here, so now this is all spot we can use. I can probably build here where all of the copper's at for now, since I'm not actively mining it. And then if I need to, I can always rip stuff out. So this will be another section. I can put a lot of the fluid dynamic stuff that I need here. Fluid production. That would actually be pretty useful. But we're going to need to reroute everything so that we have protection on this side. Fix that. Oh, this actually comes around from the other side, doesn't it? Does. Okay, so what we could do... Alright, this is going to be a little bit tedious, but... we could pull out these turrets. And rather than have the belt run this way, we can have it run this way along the border and go all the way down and loop around, have it route that way. I guess we keep the power lines there for now. And just delete all these turrets, which are going to move to the perimeter along the wall. If I planned better, I would have just done that outright, but I clearly underestimated how much space I'm going to need. Hopefully by the next session, not only are we closer to space, but I should have logistic bots by then. That is going to make doing stuff like this considerably more efficient. Okay, yeah, in fact, all this stuff is going to need to come out. So instead we can route, it's going to be coming from the opposite direction, but the belt and the turret line is going to go down this way, follow the wall, and loop around and connect to here. Oh, that's going to take a while. That's probably like a good hour plus of work to redo all that. We could even fortify with flamethrower turrets too. I could also just leave it. Now that I think about it, I don't need the wall up, but I could just leave the turrets just as like a last resort defense in case something happens to get through. Maybe I will do that. I'll delete the wall here so I can use the wall bits elsewhere. But what we'll do is we'll start the section that's going to go up this way. So we need it one wide. It's 2 ticks wide, I guess. Yeah, let's make sure that that's actually the right distance before I put down a whole line and have to do it all over again later. Yeah, that should work. Going backwards here, but this runs right next to the power lines. This is what feeds the turrets. Okay, yeah, that's the right distance we want. Okay. So what we'll do is we will go ahead and actually split it from here. And it'll loop all the way around. I was going to go from the top, but it doesn't matter. You can go from the bottom. It's all coming from the same place. And then I need to add all of the turrets in this area before I do anything else so that this side of the base is protected. But we basically run it up this corner, and then all the space is ours to build in now. Okay, let's go ahead and save here. So we're at about time here for the session today. Again, I understand that we didn't really build a ton, but we did a lot of maintenance and pest control, which should, looking at the map, buy us some time for now. My pollution cloud's not really going to expand until I start either adding more power production or some more manufacturing. So I think we're good for a little bit. But we will return to Factorio in a future session, and hopefully by then I'm going to keep working on this save with the intention of getting to the space phase, and we'll see. So we'll revisit this save next time, and I'll talk about what I've learned and whether or not we're still on path to make progress that way. So let me go ahead and see who is online that we can raid. And we will go ahead and send some chill vibes elsewhere. Oh, Six is online. I haven't had a chance to raid him in a while. I think he just went live. Okay, we can go raid the dog boy. Let me get that queued up. And what we'll do is we'll mute the game audio, BGM. And again, take kind of a chill session, but hopefully in the archives, if you want to hear me talk through a lot of the process for, one, doing bug extermination, and also what I have set up in the new save, it'll set the stage for the next time. So in the meantime, we will go to outro. We'll be back on Thursday this week, I believe, on the schedule, unless something changes. And we should be picking up with doing character concepts in a drawing stream. I've got a new format that I'd like to test out for some of our concept brainstorming. So we will be back then. In the meantime, thanks to the folks who came by the stream today. Hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, etc. And I will catch you in the next one. Now let's go see how Six is doing. Okay, it says I can't raid, which is weird. Let me try someone else. That's unusual. I haven't seen that error for a while. Alright. Give me a sec.